The first thing I saw when I got there. What? It was her passed out again. Huh? Toko? What happened? Oh, shit! Well, now we know what happened. She opened up one of the lockers to look at a dead body and passed out. It's open. Oh, but Toko. Fuck that. Check the body. Toko, are you okay? No, no, she's not dead, is she? Oh, wow, we haven't seen Genocide Jill in a long time, actually. Whoa! It's cold, it's super cold. It's so cold, I think I might catch cold. If you keep taking naps at places like this, I'm sure you will.
I see.
What, I was asleep? Ah, I must have fainted. I bet you were standing there staring at me getting all excited, weren't you? No, I wasn't. Oh, then what?
That certain age.
Hot and bothered? Straight up horny? Okay, so why did you pass out? I don't know, last thing I remember was me waking up just now. What'd you do to Miss Morose? Oh, that's right, your memory stops and starts each time you switch. Bingo bazinga, we share some basic knowledge, but our memories are very much separate. And don't say it like it's a bad thing, it's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Because even if she forgets something, I totally remember. So it's like double the memory. No, it's more like half. So Genocide Jack's memory has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. How are we gonna use that? But all I want to know right now is, where's my little darling? Tell me or I slit your throat. I don't know. I'm sure BQ is around here somewhere doing his own investigating.
Yes.
By himself? I assume so. I knew it. I totally knew it. I'm a total pro when it comes to all things master. Anyway, I gotta hurry. I can't even imagine how lonely he must be right now. Yeesh. Toko shot off, her eerie laughter echoing behind her. Ah, I totally forgot to ask her about the picture. Well, there's no point asking Genocide Jack anyway. Besides, I have more important things to do right now. Why did Toko faint? There's gotta be some reason for it. The body, dummy. The fridge, it's open. But I'm sure they were all shut last time I was here. That must be why she passed out.
Right.
She faints so easily. Kyoko.
Makoto.
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay?
Indeed.
I'm sorry if I made you worry. No, you don't have to apologize.
Listen.
But listen, about this room. Oh yeah,
It would seem...
it's a morgue. Yeah.
I knew it.
I suspected as much. And Toko must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and, well, there you have it. You knew she'd fainted?
Indeed.
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me. I assumed she must have sneezed, but once I got inside, the real reason became clear.
It would seem...
I imagine she came here to investigate, and when she opened the slot, the slot there, excuse me. That's when she saw the body inside and dropped like a bag of rocks. Why's everything gotta be so difficult with her?
Anyway,
we should close it up. Don't want to leave it hanging open like that. Yeah, good idea.
Makoto.
Give me a hand with this. Kyoko approached the fridge, hands outstretched. But suddenly she stopped. What's wrong?
Listen.
Maybe we should wait a second before closing it. Huh? How come? Because Merkuro's body is in here. Really? I pressed the wrong button. There you go. Merkuro's corpse? Merkuro's body's inside the fridge?
I see.
Just like every other time, the Mastermind probably brought it up here while we were in the class trial. The Mastermind did it? Because they assumed we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I guess.
So...
You may be right. Either way, now I can finally get a good look at the body. Oh, that's right. Kyoko didn't get a chance to check the body during the last investigation.
Makoto.
I need to do my own examination of the corpse as soon as possible. I'm going to find a clue this time, and I'm going to grab the Mastermind by the tail. Okay, so what should I do?
So then...
Why don't you just, wait over there? I'll let you know as soon as I'm finished. Just wait over there, that's it. Over where? No, fuck you. It's a fridge meant for storing dead bodies. I can't do it, I can't look inside. Why not? Are you a puss? I should ask Kyoko about that group photo. After all, she's in it too. Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but I wanted to talk to you about something. What is it? It's about that announcement Monokuma made earlier.
Whew.
You mean the one about a hint or something? I didn't take him up on the offer. Whoa, why not?
Because...
The only reason he'd give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us and to cloud our judgment. I can solve this mystery on my own without whatever hints that he may have to offer. That's a good point. I wish I could go back and do the same thing, but what's done is done, I guess. Standing here looking at her, I don't think she's hiding anything from me. Is she right? Did the mastermind forge that picture as a trap to confuse us? That's gotta be it. There's no other explanation. So, what do I do? I can't leave the things the way they are right now. What do you want me to do then? It's the same... Oh my god, it's gonna do the same loop? The same dialogue? It is. Ah! Alright, go through it again. So what do they want me to do then? Hide under the desk? Here, I'll hide under the desk. I already looked through the desk. On the left side of the refrigerator, a bunch of blue lights. But these aren't. It would seem the blue light comes on when a slide is occupied. So when someone's in there, the blue light comes on. Looking around the number of lights around, including Makuro's, there's 9 in all. 9? 9 lights? There you go. Aha. So this is what I figured out. I said, oh, you know, there's supposed to be 10 victims, yet there's only 9 lights. Ha ha. That's got to be a critical piece of evidence. What about these tarps again? Anything there? You know, I think I've seen a tarp like this somewhere before. Yeah, it's the tarp there. It's the same one as the one I found in the garden tool shed, and if I remember, that tarp had a stamp that said Biolab. And that's the tarp that was used to help camouflage the murder in the garden. At some point, someone got it from the Biolab and took it over there. Okay, there we go. Tarp has been added. Okay, Makoto, I'm done. Already? Geez, that was fast.
Indeed.
Anyone could do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. Excuse me. So did you find anything?
Indeed.
I paid careful attention to the wounds and the traces of blood, and it seems highly likely that the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. Really? The burnt tissue made things a little difficult, but I'm completely confident in my findings. So that means neither of those were the fatal injury, right? Then what was the fatal injury? Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They also had been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The only other option is those other wounds, but the file said they were old.
Is that right?
Where does it say they're old? Huh?
Because...
All the Monofukuna file says is that they were inflicted at least several days ago. I guess I don't see the difference.
Wrong.
Well, the difference is immense considering the impression they give.
Listen.
You seem to be equating several days old with simply old.
However...
But that doesn't quite follow logically. Old wounds, it makes it sound like they've been there forever and they're not related to the murder. Are you saying that they are? Well, we all got the Monokuma file right after she was killed, right? So if the wounds were at least a few days old, there's no way they could have had anything to do with it.
So then...
But what if Makuro herself wasn't killed within the last few days? What?
At the very least...
Certainly you can allow it as one of the many possibilities, can't you? One of many?
Right.
A detective doesn't have supernatural powers. There's no way to predict the answer from the beginning. Instead, the ideal detective begins by imagining as many possible scenarios as they can.
In other words...
They envision these possibilities without prejudice, without bias, only using their logic as common sense. Then, as they investigate, they test what they find against each of these possibilities. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you'll be any good at detective work. But beyond using that to solve this particular mystery, you should keep it in mind for the future. Kyoko's account has been added to the Truth Bullets section of your handbook.
Hey.
So, if there's anything else you'd like to know about the condition of the body, now's the time. Alright? Come to think of it, there was one thing. Earlier, when I was looking at Makuro's profile, it listed her height and weight.
So...
5 foot 7 inches and 97 pounds. Vitals were... okay. Did I get that right? You remembered all that? They're indeed consistent with the corpse. So then...
Indeed. And
don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo. There's absolutely no mistake.
Indeed.
Our victim in this case is without a doubt Mukuro Ikusaba. Mukuro Ikusaba's profile has been updated in the Truth Bullets section of your handbook.
And?
Is that all you wanted to ask? Yeah, I think so.
So then...
Then it looks like we have no further business with Makuro's body. Let's get going. It's kind of chilly in here. So she thinks it's Makuro. So that means whoever the mastermind is still one of the original people or kids who were here at the beginning. The original, it's got to be one of the 15, right? Because it can't be Makuro, so it can't be one of the 16. It's one of the 15. And I have no idea. It could be anyone at this point, right? I guess what they would need to do, they would have to check the lockers and see all the bodies and see, you know, then you could figure out whatever body's not in a locker, that's the mastermind. But they don't have a way to open them. And how the hell did this locker open to begin with? They never explained it. That's kind of a plot hole. This locker just open out of nowhere. Maybe they'll cover that later. I hope they do. But, alright. Well, let's see what happens.